Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started. If you would like, I'm trying something new for this presentation. Instead of having a slide deck in Google Slides, I'm using Pear Deck, which is something that we in Topeka purchased last spring, and our teachers absolutely love it. So if you want to get to my presentation, go to peardeck.com/join, put in the code, the letters there, and then we'll get started here in a couple minutes after everyone gets a chance to get in. And I'll kind of be jumping back and forth between the presentation and some of the websites I'm going to show you. So this is a brand new presentation that I haven't done in front of people yet, so bear with me. Feedback will be great. And actually we were joking around because Amy reached out to us, when was it, June or July, and said, hey, we present. We're like, sure, and we put in these presentations, and then we kind of forgot about it. And we got the schedule a couple weeks ago, and I knew I had one in the books, and then this one I forgot that I put in. And went, oh no. So I'm working on it. It's brand new. It forces me to do some new stuff. So you can join at any time. This code will be displayed on the screen at any time that you want. But we're going to go ahead and move on. My name's Travis True. I'm the Curriculum and Technology Coordinator in Topeka, just down the road in 501. And my Swivel, there we go. I'm a Google certified trainer, Apple Learning Specialist. I just came on as a Pear Deck ambassador here this last week. So if you got questions about Pear Deck, talk to Nick. You can talk to me. Gail Ramirez is also here from Topeka. And we're doing a lot of stuff with Pear Deck in Topeka. There's my email, my website, and my Twitter handle. If you want to tweet that out, you can do that also. So this session, what I wanted to do is focus on some of the tools that will allow your students or allow you to have students give video responses to. Okay? And I have to remember to shut off screensaver. So like Kyle said, we need to have kids creating more, and we're getting better at that in Topeka. We're 1-to-1 K through 12 with devices. Kindergarten, first, second grade have iPads. 3rd through 12 have Chromebooks. So every one of our students has a device to use during the day. And we still do a lot of consuming. There's still a lot of sage on the stage teaching from teachers, and but we're getting better. And so these tools really help us do that. Okay, so I'm going to take you through a few so you can play around with them. There we go. Give you some time to play a little bit, and we'll just work through some of this stuff. So the first one, how many of you have heard of Flipgrid? Okay, this is kind of the new kid on the block. Just the last 6-8 months, it's really kind of blown up in popularity. What Flipgrid does is it allows you to create what they call a grid. It's a class. And in that grid, you can have unlimited topics. And you can put in a video question or statement that the students respond to using video. Using their webcam, Chromebook, their laptop, iPad, phone, anything with a webcam connected to the internet, they can use. They did a ton of updates to it just about a month ago, And but I'll get in here and show you Flipgrid and kind of how I use it as someone who supports teachers. So it's just flipgrid.com. It is free. There is a paid side to it, but really the stuff you can do on the free side, the paid side gives you some analytics. It gives you some other, you can do more grids if you want to, but it's you don't have to have multiple grids. So this is mine, and so think of a grid as your class. And then underneath that grid, you can assign unlimited topics. So one of the things I do for teachers is I run a digital badging program that focuses on the Google apps. So they work through Google Drawings and they got to do these certain things, and I give them a badge. And one of the last thing they have to do is do a Flipgrid response or reflection. And I can put in, for the topics, I can put in as many responses or topics as I want. So these are all the ones I have, and I can put in all the topics. Now, here's how they're set up. So you give the topic a name. You can have it, you set a display date, so if you don't want it to display until next week, you can put that date in there. On the free side, your students are limited to 90-second responses, up to 90 seconds. If you pay for it, which is it's less than $100 a year, you can change that time. You can go 30 seconds all the way to a custom time if you want. But for the free version, you get 90 seconds of response time. You can type in your question that you want or your instructions. You can have it, you can set the launch date and the ending date or the freeze date so it shuts off. And this is set to never. It will never shut off until I go in there and delete it. Some of the new stuff they've added, you can actually, on the old version, you could actually record your own response or your own question. So students would watch a video of you asking the question or the instructions. But now you can upload questions, you can add YouTube videos, you can upload pictures. My favorite one is you can add GIFs from Jiffy, which I absolutely love. And you can also add emojis to your topics as well. As we go down, you can attach links. Anything with a web address, a Google Doc, picture, website, you can add links in there and then title it. The response features. This is something new that they've done where you can have the students would be allowed to add stickers and to draw on their video, kind of like Snapchat glasses and different stickers and things. If you don't want them to do that, you just choose none. You can moderate the responses if you want to moderate those before they go live. You can turn on, if you want them to reply, you can turn that on. That's a premium feature, the replying. You can have emoji reactions if you want. You can make it public or private. You can also require an email for a response if you want to do that. Kind of keep track of who's from what account they're coming from. And then there's a feedback section too. And then you just, you create the topic. It comes in like this. Here's what I absolutely love. When you go to share it, you can grab the link. There's an embed code you can put on your blog or your website. There's a QR code where kids can scan the QR code on their iPad or on their phone, and it takes them right to where they can start recording. The grid code, they have to have the grid code to get into it, but there's also the Share to Classroom button. You click that, you can create an assignment or announcement. the link gets put into that assignment or announcement right into Classroom, and there's no code to put in. They click on it in Classroom, and it opens up to the page where they get the question or the instructions, and then they can just start recording. Okay? It's really easy to set up. Let me show you what one looks like. I just started the reflection pieces not very long ago. So here's a teacher in Topeka, and hopefully you can hear this. Make sure it's turned up.
Hi, I am Shauna King, and I plan to use Google Classroom pretty much every day as I'm a senior comp teacher. I also, well, I'm going to use it with their essays, but I also provide lessons and even grammar exercises, just other assignments that I plan on using with my students just sporadically throughout each semester. I plan to use it like pretty much all the time. Thanks.
Okay, so that's anybody with access to that topic can see that. So when I get more teachers in to do the responses and the reflections, they can actually view what other teachers are saying about that challenge. It tries to do a transcript of the video. You can see it. It tries its best. Transcribing audio is not very easy to do automatically. I make them put in their email. I can make this so it's not visible anymore, so I can hide it. I can download it. I can delete it if I wanted to. I can give some feedback. There's a place where you can see different replies, which I don't have, which that's, again, a premium feature, the replies. And then I can share just this out with whoever. And again, it can go straight to Classroom. So that's kind of what that looks like on the teacher end. Okay? Questions on Flipgrid? It's really pretty simple to set up once you get in there. And like I said, the premium, what you pay for, is nothing that I would really justify paying. The tools that you get on the premium side, you don't really need to use with students because you can create unlimited topics underneath that one grid. So as long as you can do that, and you have unlimited space to house those reflections or those videos, you can. Okay. Okay. So let's do this. Let me get back here. So if you are on the Pear Deck, let's try this out. You should have a link to, I set up a response, a Flipgrid topic for this conference. You should see the link there on the side. There's a big green button with a plus sign. All you got to do is hit that plus button, allow your webcam if it asks you to allow, and then you can leave a short response on, just by seeing it here in the last few minutes, how might you use this in your class. Let's just take 2-3 minutes, do that real quick. I like to see what everyone has to say. Because it's open, the topic's open, as long as you have the link, then you'll be able to see all the other responses as long as you have the link. You can't search for it on Google and find other topic responses, but as long as you have the link and the code, you can get in there. Okay. Does anybody want to share? I mean, we can go in and look at all of them, but does anybody want to share how you might use this with your class? What do you teach? Who are your students? Middle, high school, elementary? How are you going to use this?
I can use it for discussions on novels and language arts.
Novels discussions?
I'm an instructional facilitator, so I might use it for putting up like videos of how to use
Okay. Anybody else? All right. If you are in the Pear Deck, nope, did I skip? Nope. Hello. There we go. This link, this Ditch That Textbook website, Matt Miller put out 15 ways to use Flipgrid. Just lists 15 different ways to use it. I'm sure we could come up with about 150 more, but that's a pretty good resource to use. And if you're not familiar with Ditch That Textbook, it's a very good website to subscribe to. All right, so you got a couple questions here. Which devices can you use Flipgrid on? Because that's a big question that I get all the time. In Topeka we have PCs and Macs and Chromebooks and iPads. So what devices can you use these on? Yeah, you can use them on all of them. There's an iOS app that you can put on your phone. I have it on my phone, but you can put on an iPad. And it's all web-based, so Macs, PCs, anything with a webcam. If it doesn't have a webcam, then you're kind of stuck because you can't record the video. But any of these devices, it will work on. Okay. Any other questions about Flipgrid? No? Okay. All right, the next tool, which is a tool that I use all the time, is Screencastify. Anybody familiar with Screencastify? Okay, a few of you. So Screencastify has been my go-to tool for creating video tutorials for probably the last year and a half. It's a Chrome extension. You can find it out in the Chrome Web Store. It's free. On the free version, you get 10 minutes of recording time, and it puts a little watermark up in the top right corner of your video. If you need to record longer and you don't want a watermark, you can pay $25, a one-time $25 cost to unlock the full version. It syncs into your Google Drive, so whenever you record, all the stuff gets saved into your Google Drive automatically. There's the option to upload it to YouTube. There's also the option to share to Classroom. It does give you the share to Classroom feature as well. But what I want to show here is how you can use this with students. So up here, on all of my extensions, the extension that looks like a film strip, that's the Screencastify extension, okay? So you come in and you decide which microphone you want to use. You want to use the built-in microphone on your device. Do you want to use, if you got a USB mic hooked in, do you want to use that? Do you want to enable the webcam? So it'll put a webcam, if you're recording your screen, it'll put a little webcam square right down here in the corner, or you can choose any of the corners. And so the webcam will record you talking while it's recording the mouse movement and the screen movement. Okay? That can be shut off. But the way you can use this in a somewhat similar fashion to Flipgrid is you can use just the webcam. It will record just the webcam and not any of the desktop or anything else. One thing that you need to know when you do this is it doesn't give you it doesn't put a preview up. Well, you can show a preview, but it kind of slows things down. But it doesn't put a preview window up so the students can't see themselves while they're recording. We have a drama teacher in Topeka that uses this with some of her drama students, where they they get a part and they're supposed to act it out, and she wants to see facial features and listen to them, and she uses this. They hit record and there's nothing on the screen. They just talk at the screen, and then once they click stop, it generates the video and it shows them and all their facial features. Another way this is used is we have some band teachers that use this, and the kids practice at home, practice for 5-10 minutes at home, doing the webcam recording, and then the band teacher can sit there and watch and listen to their practice sessions. No. So here's what it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and hit record with the webcam. It counts you down, and there's nothing, you don't see anything being recorded. It is recording the video with the webcam and the audio. When you hit end, you don't see anything being recorded. It is recording. It opens up a new tab. You can change the name. It will automatically upload to Drive. You can have it you can send it to YouTube and to a specific channel. If you click Get the Link, it will generate a link and put a Share to Classroom button on there where you can share it straight to Classroom if you want. Students can take that video right from Drive and upload it into Classroom in your assignment if you want them to do that. All right, so Screencastify. So again, you can use this like you would use Flipgrid. It just kind of depends on how you want the kids to use it. We've got some teachers that the kids do screencasts of their presentations. They do how-to videos for staff in their building. They do how-to videos for other students. They do, like I said, the band and drama teachers do the performance recording where they can watch it later and critique it. And all that's saved into Drive. So here's some other ways some of you that are chiming in here. Yeah, having kids read into it and listening to that'd be an excellent. Explaining problem solving, excellent stuff. So the question again is, what devices can you use this on? I kind of answered this already. We'll see who was paying attention. And you can only pick one. That's Nick, that's a feature request. I'd like to have multiple response question. Screencastify works on Chrome browser only. Mac, PC, Chromebooks. It does not work on an iPad. So any device that you can load the Chrome browser on and access the extensions, that's what it will work on. So I should have said, the question should have been, which device can it not go on? iPad is the only one there listed that you can't use it on. The question up here was, is there something similar on an iPad that you could do this with? Obviously the camera app you can do, but in iOS 11, one of the new features in iOS 11, which is coming out next week, is there's an actual built-in recording feature where you can record apps and record your desktop on the iPad from the iPad. You don't have to hook it into a Mac anymore and use QuickTime like you used to. But that's coming out with the new version of iOS 11. And there you go. Screen can only be used in Chrome. All right, Swivel. So this is something new that we have in Topeka, and it's really caught on like wildfire. So those of you sitting up front can see I have a little robot sitting here on the table with an iPad connected to it. The little robot it's a Swivel robot. And what it does is with the Swivel app and with this marker, the robot will follow me wherever I go with this marker, and it's recording audio and recording video. What we did in Topeka was we bought these for all of our instructional coaches and to work with new teachers so they can set these up in a classroom, record a lesson, and then sit down with them later and critique their lesson and how they're teaching. But now we have teachers that want to use them with their students, have the robot sit in the middle of a table where students can have discussion, and they pass the marker around and they can talk, and it follows them around. The other thing that you can do with a Swivel, with the free account, is you can connect two devices, iPads, so that they're both recording at the same time. So you could have one following you, the teacher, and then one sitting at a desk where students are working, or two of them sitting at a desk where students are working, maybe in stations, and recording the conversations and the audio and the video, and then go back later and watch. And you can do that with the free account. Some of the other things that you can do with the free account, there's unlimited space on the account to store. Everything gets stored up into Swivel Cloud. Depending on how much size your iPad or how much space your iPad has, depends on how much recording time you have. And really, like this iPad is pretty much dedicated just to using it with the Swivel, and I can record in HD up to like 30 hours of video. It temporarily gets stored on the iPad until it gets uploaded to the cloud, and then it's deleted from the iPad itself. We put them on tripods, and we'll stick them in the back of the room. The markers have the built-in microphone with them, so what's really nice is I can walk clear in the back of the room, and the audio picks up from the microphone. So it doesn't sound like I'm standing across the room from it. If you have other questions, we got these from Grady at Engaging Technologies, so he can answer any other questions you may have. But we started recording all of our sessions and putting them online for teachers to watch later, because when we do all district PDs, we've got teachers that are torn between going to certain sessions, and so we'll record some and put them online for them to watch later if they want to watch those later. Okay? But you don't have to have the robot in order to use the app. You can use the app and you can record with the app without the robot. The robot's nice because it'll follow you around automatically, but if you're going to stand this up in front of a student who's maybe reading or in front of a group of students who are working, you can use the free app with the free account without the robot. Like I said, the app's free. There's a couple different layers of premium features. We have the Pro account, or we have the Pro Plus account, which allows us to put slides right next to the video. And you can, on the free account, you can download the video from Swivel Cloud, so you could download it to your computer. You can't upload it to YouTube from Swivel Cloud unless you have the Pro account. Like I said, unlimited space. We got tons of 45 to 90-minute training sessions on our accounts, and we're not running out of space. And you can connect two iPads together with the Pro Plus account. Okay. All right. So, How can you use this? It's just a little bit different tool. I know you can use them the same way, but it's just a little bit different tool than Flipgrid, a little bit different tool than Screencastify. Oh, videotape debates. Yes, yes. I just need one. I have 3 girls at home, so I just need one to follow me around all the time and record our debates at home. Yeah, we use it with new teachers. That's where our initial direction was going, because we have, the last couple of years, we've had 200 new teachers in Topeka. So we needed to find something that would, instead of setting up a tripod and a camera and doing it that way, the coach can go in and set it up, and you just hit record on the little marker and it starts recording, and then when the teacher's done, they hit stop, and coach can come back later and collect the equipment, and you're good to go. So it makes it a lot easier to do that. Okay. Anything else on Swivel? Any other questions? Yes.
A couple. Can you tell us how much the robot costs?
The robots are.
So the number indicates how many markers you get. Like the one he has right now is a C1. C1 is $5.99, but they have a C3 and a C5. And C3 is $7.99, and the C5 is $9.99.
And can you use those with mini iPads?
Yes, you can use them any iPad. Standard, not a Pro. We put a Pro in there and it kind of gets top heavy a little bit, but standard iPad mini and phones.
I'd say I've been using my phone all day.
Yeah, you can put your phone in there, and it comes with different sleeves for different sizes of iPads too. So they don't, and it fits. It just sits in there nice and snug. Okay, Classroom. Who's using Classroom? Excellent, excellent. Who has iPads? Okay, so there's a feature in Classroom that on an iPad that lets you actually record with your camera and upload right to an assignment. And this is something, it's fairly new, and I'm going to kind of switch out dongles here so I can show you what that looks like.
In the Google Classroom app on the iPad, students can actually use the camera that's on the iPad to record or take pictures and upload those directly to their assignment. So here's how you do that. So I'm a student in this class here at the top. I'm going to open up the class. I have a video reflection demo assignment. So as a student, I'm going to go and open the assignment. And on the assignment, I'm going to, as a student, I'm going to tap Add Attachment, and I'm going to tap on Use Camera. I'm going to switch the camera and make sure that it's set to video, and then I'm going to click Record, and I can start recording my video reflection for my assignment. I'm going to click Stop. I'm going to tap on Use Video down here, and it will automatically upload to the assignment for my teacher to view later, and then I can turn it in. So that is how students you can set up an assignment in Classroom, and students can use the camera tool to record directly from the camera into the Classroom app and add it to the Classroom assignment.
Okay, that is about it for me. If you're still in the presentation, you can take the little thumb and drag it to, these are the 4 that I've gone over. You can drag it to which one that you're really kind of excited to go back and start using right away. Flipgrid Screencastify, you can tie into Google Classroom. Swivel, kind of sort of can. You have to grab, there's a share link you can grab and then paste it into Classroom, but there's not that share to Classroom button that the others have. All right. Just some others that you can use. Chromebooks, there's a built-in camera app that you can use with Chromebooks. If you're a Mac district, you got QuickTime, screen recorder that you can use. And then Recap. Recap is actually a Swivel product. It's a lot like Flipgrid, except I decided not to highlight it because there's some restrictions to it that you don't get with Flipgrid. So you can definitely check that out if you want, but it's not one I would use. I am using Flipgrid over Recap, but Recap is made by the Swivel folks, so you can take a look at that. Okay, so that's all I've got for you today. Any other questions, comments?
This is about Pear Deck. Can you annotate and then your annotations show up on the kids' screen?
And I can't annotate.
Travis can't from his view right now, but if he could sign into another view and do that.
But it would be all the annotations would be pushed out to everyone too.
It would be pushed out, but it would be shown up in front on the projector.
Anything else? All right, that's all I got for you. Thank you very much. You guys were great. Thank you.